1 month from now, on June 9th, I will challenge the winner out of you and Logan for the World Heavyweight Championship.
So I'm sure after hearing this, we all thought the same thing collectively. Man, we about to get Jey Uso versus Gunther Part 5. Like WWE, I appreciate the effort. But no matter how much you try to swerve us to put these roadblocks in there and twist and turns, we all know that this road leads to Gunther versus Jey Uso Part 5. And I can even predict the next thing you guys thought about after thinking about that match. Why? Why are we getting Jey Uso versus Gunther once again? Are they going for the best out of 5 billion series? Because they don't need to face each other over and over. But here's the thing. If they want to make this at least a little bit more exciting, there are some interesting things they could do on the road too and at the actual match that could definitely benefit one of my favorites, Ludwig Kaiser. So before we get into this, guys, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Let's get into this. So we have this match at Saturday night's main event between Logan Paul and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, we already know the theme of this show. Nobody changes titles. If you have a title going in, you're going to have that title going out. So I think that guarantees that Logan Paul is definitely not taking that title off of Jey Uso. I mean, if it happens, I'd be shocked. I'll be shocked. And I can't think of a reason for that happen other than just for the sake of shock value. And you shouldn't bank on that ever, especially the Yeeters. They're gonna be pissed off. You want them to keep buying those different color, Fruity Pebble shirts. You gotta keep them happy. Keep the title intact with Jey Uso at the end of the night. But even when saying that, even though the result will be predictable, I think there are two options that they can take this match. The first being the obvious Jey Uso beating Logan Paul clean. Okay, that's probably where it's gonna go. But the alternative could be during this match, Gunther getting involved, trying to attack Jey Uso and accidentally attacking Logan Paul. And the reason why that would make sense is because Logan Paul will win by disqualification. Now, Gunther did say he wants to face the winner of that match on the June 9th episode of Monday Night Raw. So technically, Logan Paul would be the winner, but then you can't have a championship match for the World Heavyweight title without the champion being present. So that would make sense for both of them to be in the match, and you can turn it into a triple threat match, which WWE, at this point in time, triple threat matches, fatal four ways, there are their bread and butter. I don't care about what you have to say about anything else. When it comes to triple threat matches and fatal four ways, they are always bangers. Main roster and even NXT, right? So I think this match is going to be a banger. And although a lot of people do not like Logan Paul, he's not my favorite, but I think he's very athletic, and I think he can offer something in this match. It'll be very interesting to see his style of wrestling against Gunther in this match. And of course, Jey Uso will be there as well. Now, if this does turn into a triple threat match, it doesn't matter if it still ends up being Gunther versus Jey. I'm still want to see the same thing happening. Now, you guys are going to hate me for saying this because I know you guys got fatigued because of Backlash. When it comes to a triple threat match, we already know that there is no disqualification. No disqualification. And I get the overbooking of Backlash got people fatigued, but I think we can do that post Backlash. Some interference that will make sense. And in this match, I feel like Ludwig Kaiser should get involved and cost Gunther. I was kind of hoping that would happen at WrestleMania, but I think this will be the perfect setup for that to happen. And then Ludwig Kaiser can have a feud with Gunther following this match, because this will be an unhinged Gunther, because now a person who's had his back, is supposed to be his guy, has turned his back on Gunther. And Ludwig Kaiser needs this. He is one of the most charismatic. He's good in the ring. He needs to be on his own. He needs a push of his own. And Imperium is all but completely dissolved. Ludwig Kaiser is the only one in the chat. He's the only one still a part of the group. And the only reason why we know that is because he still has that theme song from Imperium, and he wears the trunks with their font on it. It is time for him to break away and become his own superstar. And I think he 100% can definitely do that if he's booked properly. And this would make sense. And even a storyline, you don't even have to build anything deep. They already have a ton of history. If you go into the independent scene, you look at Ring Camp, that was the original Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser was there. His name was Marcel Bartel at the point in time, and Gunther was Big Walter at that point in time. You go to NXT UK, you had Imperium, which I think is the best version of Imperium in my personal opinion. They were amazing over there. When Gunther was Big Walter and he didn't talk, Ludwig Kaiser was there again. So they got history that they can pull from in order to create a storyline. It is literally a stencil in order to create, some history between these guys. And Ludwig Kaiser doesn't have to be a white meat babyface. He could be a tweener with, you know, a smug tweener who's kind of like elitist to some sort, right? Because he does act like these, like, you know, uppity type of people, and he has nice cars. He has the girlfriend that a lot of people want. So you can have him in that situation, right? I think that will be great. I think that would be a great storyline to tell. You would get Ludwig Kaiser back on TV, give him something interesting to do. Gunther, interesting storyline to have, and he can finally move away from Jey Uso. I think that'll be great. I think that will work. I hope they go that direction. And if it doesn't turn into a triple threat match, Ludwig Kaiser can do something to cost him in a one-on-one match to Jey Uso. If the Jey versus Gunther ends up being a conduit for Ludwig Kaiser to turn on Gunther, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it at all. And maybe they can revisit this feud probably in the next year or so or whatever, even when both men aren't champion at all. But I think that's what they should do. And I think this will benefit Ludwig Kaiser a lot because he definitely deserve it. So get his own theme song, you know, all that different stuff. I think that'll be great. So what do you guys think in the comment section? Let me know down below. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Have a great day. Got to get ready for work.